The Noles go head-to-head with their biggest rivals in the ACC. We'll have a live wrap-up of all the action straight ahead.
On your side. This is ABC News Channel 27 at 11. The news starts now.
Good evening, I'm Lauren Finney. Rob Burns has the night off in tonight's top story. Well, if you've been with us this evening, you know that Florida State Seminoles are celebrating a triumphant victory over the Miami Hurricanes. Preston Scott has been watching the game, as we all have, and joins us live from Doak Campbell Stadium. Preston?
Hey, thank you very much. Well, it's sweet redemption. The fans are celebrating. Let's take a look. Everybody pretty happy out here at Doak Campbell Stadium. Now, we had Leon Washington and Lorenzo Booker standing by, but they got called in by the coaching staff. You watch the game, how ironic, huh? So many times Florida State has lost games that they deserve to win. This was a game they probably didn't deserve to win, but they came away with a 3-point victory, 10-7. And how about this? Failed kicking game for the Miami Hurricanes, the difference. Ironic that Miami missed field goal after field goal, and in the final minutes of this ball game, next thing you know, they're snapping to kick the tying field goal, a muff snap, and that was that. Florida State ran the clock out. You know, I don't know if it was Miami's defense or a lack of efficiency and creativity on Florida State's offense, but I think we asked the question and got it answered time and time again, times about 80,000 people. Would you rather win ugly or lose pretty? The answers are resounding. Let's win one ugly. Florida State starts off 1-0. Finally, they get Miami behind them and a win on the ledger at the same time. Now, like I said, we had Lorenzo Booker and Leon Washington standing by. They got called in by the coaching staff. We'll try and get some players out in the sports segment. But for right now, a win is a win, and that's all that matters. The scoreboard finally says Florida State 10, Miami 7. We'll go back to you in the studio, come back live in sports in just a few minutes.
Well, definitely right. A win is a win. Many businesses are taking advantage this football weekend to help victims of Katrina. Allstate Insurance Company is launching its Good Hands Field Goal program. For every successful field goal, Allstate will donate $1,000 to the American Red Cross Hurricane Katrina Relief Fund.
Well, Allstate is doing a lot of different programs to help the American Red Cross and the Hurricane Katrina Relief Fund, and so this is just one of the many programs that we're doing.
Over 30 universities are participating, including Florida State and Miami. In addition, Allstate will make donations to the school's General Scholarship Fund. With criticism mounting against the federal government for the time it's taking to rescue victims of Hurricane Katrina, one Florida agency says they're doing their part. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission says it was in Mississippi with officers and supplies the moment it was safe to do so. Officials say the state of Florida had people in Pensacola before Katrina hit the coast, just in case she took a turn to the right. Those crews moved into Mississippi immediately after the storm. State officials say Florida has set aside $100 million for rescue efforts in areas affected by Katrina. In order to be successful, the relief must be organized. That's the message from Volunteer Leon today. According to the group, some local residents are getting into their cars and driving west to the hurricane-affected areas, but this is not the right way to go about it. Representatives say going unannounced will only add to the chaos. Instead, you need to contact the Red Cross and be patient. If you'd like to volunteer, go to the Red Cross website shown here and fill out an application to sign up for training. For more information, you can also call them at 878-6080. A huge church fire this evening may be one of the biggest ever in Tallahassee. Firefighters were called around 5 p.m. to respond to the blaze at Innovation Baptist Church at the corner of Jackson Bluff and Ansley Road. 10 crews and between 30 and 40 firefighters responded to the scene. The daycare center and the sanctuary of the church were destroyed, and officials say they are investigating the cause.
It could be tomorrow before we get in there. Depending on what we find, we may have a better idea at that point of what we're looking at, or it could be days or weeks, depending on what evidence we have to collect and submit to laboratories and so forth.
Fortunately, there were no injuries reported. If you have any information that could help, you're asked to call investigators at 891 Fire. A lot of focus has been placed on the price of gas, but more focus should be perhaps placed on ways to conserve. The state and the nation have both put out alerts asking Americans to conserve fuel. To do so, experts recommend doing all of your errands in one trip, avoid running to the store for one item, and when you can, walk or ride a bike. The state is also encouraging Floridians to carpool to work and school. Labor Day weekend is often one of the deadliest weekends of the year with regard to highway fatalities. But according to the Florida Highway Patrol, this weekend was better than usual. Only one highway fatality has been reported so far, and troopers say alcohol was involved and the victim was not wearing a seatbelt. But despite the encouraging stats, the FHP says highway fatalities are up for the year. FHP officials say failure to use a seatbelt is still the #1 cause of highway fatalities in the state. Well, few things are more American than selling lemonade to raise money. Today, a group of elementary-aged girls stirred up a sweet treat and took to the street corner to raise money for hurricane relief. For 50 cents, you could get a glass of lemonade from a smiling child, with all the proceeds going to the Red Cross.
Well, we heard about Hurricane Katrina, and we thought about all the people that lost their homes and all that stuff, so we wanted to raise some money to get them food or anything else.
In just 4 hours, the girls raised a little over $100. Well, with the Chief Justice slot on the U.S. Supreme Court just opening up, President Bush has already tapped his choice for Rehnquist's seat. But now he has another vacancy to fill. That's next on ABC News Channel 27 on your side.
When Tommy Lee steps by, it's always a good time.
Are you really going to college? I mean, I have classes. I have a hot tutor.
Oh, really?
What a surprise.
Tommy Lee, and from Lost, Daniel Day Kim on an all-new Jimmy Kimmel Live. Good times, late night tonight, only on ABC.
Wake up to ABC News Channel 27 weekday mornings with Shonda Knight, Brandon Byer, and meteorologist Casanova Nurse. It's your first local news, weather, and traffic. Start your weekday right with ABC News Channel 27 on your side.
Do you long for endless possibilities? We do. Do you believe in taking the long way home? We do. Do you believe that smiles can be generated not only by a curve, but by a straight line? We do. Do you believe that power can mesh with unmatched safety and performance? We do. At Capital Eurocars, we do.
Thanks for the jest, Mom.
Simple, everyday moments can be the perfect time to talk to your kids about not smoking, so you don't have to plan a big discussion.
Look, there's a dragonfly on the window.
Is your leg?
A little moment will do just fine. Talk to your kids about not smoking.
Smoking cigarettes can hurt your game, too.
They'll listen.
Don't worry, Dad. I won't.
For conversation starters, log on to philipmorrisusa.com.
The tradition of Angelo's Restaurant began with my father, Angelo Joannis. Since 1960, we've served the freshest seafood, certified Angus beef, and mouth-watering desserts. We pride ourselves in serving the people of Tallahassee the highest quality food at a great price. We have the finest homemade dessert selection prepared every day by my mom, Marguerite. I invite you to come out for dinner tonight, and I personally guarantee you and your guests a wonderful evening.
Angelo's Restaurant on Cary Forest Parkway, where Tallahassee comes for dinner.
Welcome back. Well, as he had promised, President Bush moved quickly to fill the new vacancy on the Supreme Court. Less than 48 hours after the death of Chief Justice William Rehnquist, President Bush has named Judge John Roberts to succeed him. Roberts had already been nominated to become an Associate Justice, replacing Sandra Day O'Connor, who is retiring. The president now must pick another candidate for that seat. ABC's Lauren Rogers has the story.
Judge Roberts has earned the nation's confidence, and I'm pleased to announce that I will nominate him to serve as the 17th Chief Justice of the Supreme Court.
A rare opportunity for a president. If confirmed, John Roberts could have a major impact on the court for decades to come.
I am honored and humbled by the confidence that the president has shown in me.
One of the ironies in all this is that as a young law clerk, Judge Roberts worked for Justice Rehnquist. His passing this weekend presented the White House with a unique dilemma, 2 simultaneous vacancies on the High Court. This morning, President Bush spoke with Justice Sandra Day O'Connor by phone. She indicated that she will be willing to continue on until her replacement can be confirmed. Court observers say Judge Roberts will inherit an office from a man who was greatly respected.
The other members of the court, regardless of what their judicial philosophy was, whether they agreed or disagreed with Chief Justice Rehnquist, they were devoted to him and thought he was an excellent chief.
The public will have an opportunity to pay final respects to Chief Justice Rehnquist. His body will lie in repose tomorrow and Wednesday at the Great Hall in the Supreme Court. He will be buried beside his wife at Arlington National Cemetery. President Bush is urging Congress to move swiftly on this nomination. The White House would like to see Roberts confirmed before the High Court resumes its work next month. Lauren Rogers, ABC News, Washington.
Well, insurgents were on the losing side of some fierce battles in Iraq, and 2 tragic air accidents claim lives. Here's what's happening around the world tonight. A battle in Iraq Sunday between U.S. troops and insurgents left 7 attackers dead after they fired on U.S. soldiers from a mosque. The attack occurred in Tal Afar in northern Iraq. Fighting continued today after 3 local leaders were found dead. According to a doctor, at least 8 civilians were killed in the fighting. At least 147 people died when an airline crashed into a neighborhood in Indonesia. Airline officials say the plane headed to Jakarta crashed seconds after takeoff. 15 passengers miraculously survived the ordeal. The cause of the crash is under investigation. And 9 tourists were killed when a load of concrete fell on the cable car they were riding in. The accident took place in an Austrian ski resort when a helicopter accidentally dropped part of its load of concrete on the gondola. Local police say the 6 children and 3 adults who died appeared to be members of a German tour group. When we return, we'll check in with Dave Freem for a look at tomorrow's forecast, and a little later, finding the recipe to fix a heart programmed to fail. That's next on ABC News Channel 27 on your side.
Dude. 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 Dude.
Better HD options. Better HD TV. Call now for this great offer.
A Labor Day sale like no other at Turner's with store-wide markdowns and 24-month interest-free financing. 5 name-brand queen beds priced under $5.99. Plus Sealy and Jamieson king mattresses at queen prices. Unbelievable savings on comfortable Lazy Boy recliners. And these stunning Millennium leather sofas are almost gone. You can't buy for less unless the quality is less. Store-wide markdowns and no interest for 2 years. Turner's Labor Day sale. Hurry in, it's almost over.
It's the battle of the brands at Rec Warehouse. 6 nationally advertised spa brands with factory reps on site battling for your business. 4,000 spas in stock. Guaranteed discounts up to $3,500 off. No interest, no payments till 2007. Friday through Monday only at Rec Warehouse.
Summer is finally winding down, but the savings are still going strong at Legacy Toyota's end of summer sell-off, where you can save thousands on the entire award-winning new 05 Toyota lineup. Drive away with no money down and make no payments for 90 days. Get your price and payment in 15 minutes. Take delivery in just 1 hour. And when we do business, we'll pay off your trade no matter what you owe. It's the end of summer sell-off, and the savings are going strong at Legacy Toyota, your hometown dealer.
And Tallahassee's home for great deals is Legacy Toyota.
Was this man barking at the wrong tree?
It started raining avocados. I told him to get the hell out of my tree.
What would prompt you to do something so stupid, sir?
Guacamole. Next, Judge Judy.
Tuesday on ABC News Channel 27.
You're watching ABC News Channel 27 at 11.
We're all having to cool our jets tonight because we're all excited about the efforts in Miami. It was a great game. But it was also great weather.
Yeah, last 4 minutes I could talk about either. No, I'm just kidding. Those who know me know I can't
can't say much about sports, but I can talk about weather quite well.
You can.
And we can talk about a very nice afternoon, I think, tomorrow. A few showers around, and then we start to get a little uncertainty in the forecast in the way of more showers towards the end of the week. So let's sort it all out for you. And not to mention the tropics are getting active as well. So we do have a lot to talk about. 4 minutes will be well used this evening as you've tuned in to the most experienced team in the viewing area to talk about weather. Now, we're looking at the local satellite picture right now, and you can see lots more clouds here in the eastern section of the viewing area. Then you can see a little bit more clearing in Tallahassee, but still some clouds around here to the south of our viewing area, and they will be lingering on into the morning hours. Right now, temperatures are in the upper 70s, 78 in Tallahassee, 77 in Valdosta, 74 up in Albany, 76 in Apalachicola, Cross City, coming in at 77 degrees. Right now here in Tallahassee, mostly cloudy, 78 degrees, 48% humidity, so the air is still right near the surface of the earth. Very dry, north winds at 7 miles per hour, barometer 30.13. Here's today's high, 88 degrees, morning low, 75. Take a look at the average, 72 the average morning low, 90 the typical daytime high. So you can see that we are not too far from those averages, but we are quite a distance from both the record low and the record high. Now, as far as the southeast goes, lots of clear air here from the Tennessee Valley into the Virginias up to the Mid-Atlantic and south here from Atlanta, Georgia, we'll say west to Mississippi, Alabama, and of course Louisiana. But look at this. You can see lots of clouds associated with an area of disturbed weather off the South Florida coast right now. It's not an area of low pressure that's terribly well organized. However, the computer models do suggest that this batch of cloudiness and rain showers will start to get slowly better organized in the coming days, as it will be very slow to move anywhere north, south, west, or east. And here in the Gulf of Mexico, conditions relatively quiet. But we do want to spend some time talking about the tropics this evening because they are really starting to cook. The first area we're talking about is this, Hurricane Maria. We've been talking about Maria for quite some time now. Maria has just, as of the 11 o'clock advisory, been named a major hurricane. This is a very powerful hurricane with winds of 115 miles per hour. Lots of convection here on the south side, but you can also see an intense band of thunderstorms in a very circular pattern here around the center of the hurricane. And the winds right now, as I mentioned, very strong at 115 miles per hour. Not done there, unfortunately. I wish we were. We're talking also about Tropical Storm Nate. This is the 15th tropical storm, 14th tropical storm of this season. It was Tropical Depression number 15. Right now getting just a little better organized, and you can see here in the last frames, we'll go ahead and zoom in, give you a better picture of Nate, and you can see here in the last frames just a more symmetric storm. We don't see any real well-defined center developing yet. Winds right now only 40 miles per hour with this system, and pressure levels not really showing a very intense system at the moment, but still a very good organization, National Weather Service, saying that there is a closed circulation there, and that's one of the reasons why it was named a tropical storm. And again, here is that area of low pressure. But you can see how disorganized this area is compared to this area. So certainly this is the one to watch over the next couple of days. Let's go ahead and show you the latest numbers on Nate right now. 320 miles to the south-southwest of Bermuda. Winds at about 40 miles per hour. Look at that motion, though, to the west at 2. So development, even though the winds are up 10 miles per hour since the last advisory, we do predict development of this storm to be rather slow. And the projected path, kind of interesting. Really looks like it takes it off towards the north and then eventually off to the northeast. But remember, Hurricane Jean did kind of one of those circular things. So we will have to continue to monitor this system. Latest forecast, 8 p.m. Saturday, still, though, a tropical storm. Steering current's pretty weak. This high pressure to the north will bring this low pressure closer to the coast, I think, during the day tomorrow. Lots more rain for South Florida, and winds again coming off the Atlantic. Could bring us a few showers, but all in all, it will be a nice day. Small craft advisory out on the bay. Do be careful if you are headed out tomorrow. Extending the Labor Day weekend. Partly cloudy, breezy tonight, 73 degrees. Winds northeast to 10 miles per hour. Then tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, scattered showers possible, 88 degrees. And the 5-day forecast shows a lot of uncertainty here. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s to around 90 degrees. And we'll show you the temperatures. There they go. Oh, and we've got to back that up so you can see. But we will be looking at rain chances at about 30% is what it looks like now, depending on what Tropical Storm Nate does and that batch of cloudiness and rain showers in the off the South Florida coast does. That'll play a major part in our forecast. So we're going to monitor that over the next couple days.
Well, thanks for keeping us up to date.
No problem.
Thank you. All right, next in sports, Jim Patterson will be here with the highlights from the FSU Miami game. But first, here's Preston Scott live from Bobby Bowden Field.
When we come back, we will be live with Lorenzo Booker, Florida State. An ugly win, but a win nonetheless over Miami. That's coming up next on ABC News Channel 27 on your side.
Need a break? Then bounce on over to Halligan's Pub and Pool, where those who use English come to get a taste of the Irish. Halligan's Pub and Pool has the area's highest quality full-size tables, dartboards, and golf arcade. It's where to find a serious game, or just to have some fun. And now Halligan's Pool Supplies lets you bring the action right into your own home. With its full line of pool tables, game tables, bars, bar stools, sticks, balls, it's all here. So what are you waiting for? It's time to rack them up and put them down. Halligan's Pub and Pool, 1698 Village Square Boulevard, just a dart's throw from Capitol Circle Northeast and 910.
Hear ABC News Channel 27 news and weather updates on the radio from these Opus radio stations.
The only thing more beautiful and unique will be the woman wearing it, the diamond right-hand ring. Come see our exciting collection at the Gem Collection. Visit the Gem Collection in Tallahassee.
Hi, I'm Lauren Finney with Mark O'Brien and Chris George. More than 400 people in Leon County will die of cardiovascular diseases this year.
But there's hope. Advancements are being made every year because of research funded by the American Heart Association.
You can help continue that research by participating in this year's Heart Walk. The walk is September 24th, but now's the time to register your team to help save lives.
You can pick up more information in local tropical smoothie stores.
Help change tomorrow today.
I've lost 50 pounds with Jenny Craig, and so can you. I'm not a very fat actress anymore, and you don't have to be a very fat whatever it is you are. They'll customize a program just for you, so really, what do you have to lose? 50 pounds? That's like giving birth to a kindergartner.
Lose 20 pounds for $20 plus the cost of food, or ask about our other affordable plans. Call 219-1700 today.
Have you called Jenny yet? Hey, kid, wait up. I just want to pick you up. I just want to see how much you weigh.
Well, Jim, I think Preston said it best earlier. A win is a win, and this is, the first time in the last, 6 games. My first FSU experience, and it was a good one. So.
Yeah, I think, well, like Preston said, the game wasn't pretty, but I think all FSU fans, they'll take it.
They'll take it, right.
Well, the Miami FSU series has produced more classic football games than any other series in college football history. Tonight was not one of those games. First half, after the Noles recovered a Devin Hestard fumbled punt, only to have it overturned by replay. Cameron Wembley pressures Miami QB Kyle Wright. Noel Rover, Kyle Hall picks it off. He takes it down the sidelines, deep into Cane territory. Then B.J. Dean bulldozes 3 Cane defenders into the end zone, 7-0 Florida State. Later, still in the first quarter, embattled kicker Gary Sismacia with a 37-yard attempt. It's good. Noles up 10. But you knew Miami'd come back. Kyle Wright back to pass. The blitz is picked up, pump fakes, and goes deep. Kyler Hall just misses it, and Ryan Moore takes it in. Canes down 3 at the half. Third quarter, the Noles defense forces a Miami punt. Lawrence Timmons blocks it. FSU in business inside the 5-yard line. But the Canes defense holds, forcing a field goal attempt that misses wide to the left. Here we go again. 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter when Miami begins a drive unimpressively at the 3-yard line. 5 minutes later, same drive. Kyle Wright finds tight end Greg Olson for the Canes' third down conversion of the drive and the game. 9 minutes into the drive, 2nd and goal. Wright back to pass, directing traffic, but Knowles neatly mop it, gets the sack. On 4th down, the Canes going for the tie in another overtime game. What? Miami botches the hold. They messed up a field goal attempt, and the Noles win the ugliest game in series history, but they'll take it. Florida State wins 10-7. With more on the game, we are now joined by Preston Scott live from Doak Campbell Stadium. Preston?
Jim, thank you very much. Let's see, we've had wide left, wide right. How about this time, wide nothing? The snap never came off, the kick never got off the ground, and Florida State wins at 10-7. Lorenzo Booker, how ironic that it comes down to a kick.
I tell you, I really didn't believe it at first, to tell you the truth. I was kind of looking like, did we just win the game off of a muffed field goal? And so I'm jumping up and down, but then I figure out we need a first down, and so I'm like, Leon, go ahead and get it, because he fumbled early, and I wanted him to be able to redeem himself, and he sure did.
Lorenzo, you're not new to the heartbreak of playing this team. When they started driving down the field, converting on 3rd down, big play after big play, did you at any point lose a little faith and wonder, oh no, how's this going to unfold this time?
I'm not going to lie to you. Of course. I mean, I was this close. I Honestly, I didn't know they were going to score, but I was about 80% sure they were going to score a touchdown because they were on the 1-yard line, and it really scared me when Ernie took off his helmet. I really thought they were going to throw a flag, and that's basically giving them a touchdown. And, you know, the defense played great, and it's funny because Coach Bowden, before we came out, was telling us a story about a guy who played college football, and the offense fumbled on the 1-yard line, and he runs out, and he says, all right, guys, we got him right where we want him. And they made the stop. And so it's just kind of like, wow, does this guy have like a golden telephone where he calls God and knows what's about to happen?
Lorenzo, talk a little bit about the defense. They bent but did not break all night long.
Definitely. That's the best defense I've ever seen on the collegiate level, and that's saying a lot seeing as how I played for Florida State. I've never seen a defense here that just over and over continued to stop the other opposing team, especially a team like Miami. I mean, they converted, and we had our backs against the wall, and that's really where you find out what kind of players you have when their backs against the wall, and they showed up.
Final question. Between now and the Citadel, what do you think is going to go through the game plan? What can you do to improve things offensively?
I just think we have to go back and correct some things. I know running the ball wise, it was working at first, and then towards the second half, we got a lot of leakage on the outside zones and inside zones coming from the interior line and the backside. So that's something that we're going to have to correct. Maybe it was a formation that we didn't go over in practice, but, you know, Drew and those guys, you know, they were off a little bit, but it was their first start, and it was against Miami. And the most important thing they didn't do was lose the game for us. So,
congratulations. Go enjoy it.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Lorenzo Booker. That was the Lorenzo Booker interview, part 2. Jim, it's a great win. It's a win in the column with the first game out of the way against Miami. Of course, the Citadel at home this coming Saturday. From Del Campbell Stadium, Preston Scott, 27 Sports.
And as Preston just mentioned, the Noles don't have too much time to recover. This Saturday, they play the Citadel at Doak Campbell Stadium. Kickoff is set for 6:45 p.m. Other big news today in the NFL. Jerry Rice spent the summer in the Denver Broncos camp trying to make the team as its number 3 wide receiver, but the 42-year-old Rice, who holds 38 NFL records, was told he'd be a 4th or a 5th receiver at best this season. So today, the NFL's all-time leading receiver announced his retirement.
I think that's it for me. I'm done. I'm looking forward to the next phase of my life now. There's going to be a lot of opportunities out there, and I'm sure I'm going to approach those the way I have approached football, with a lot of pride, determination, a lot of poise, and that's it. Thank you.
Rice played 20 seasons in the NFL. First 16 with San Francisco. He caught 1,549 passes for 22,895 yards and scored 197 touchdowns. And that just scratches the surface of what he accomplished in his NFL career. The only thing left is his introduction into the NFL Hall of Fame.
Of course, a very classy player.
Absolutely.
Great guy all the way around. Thanks so much, Jim. An exciting night in sports. Coming up, an inspirational story. This woman will show you suffered from an inherited heart disease, how she beat that death sentence. Next on ABC News Channel 27 on your side.
After months of exhaustive research, the Doughboy had a revelation. If people come in pairs, why shouldn't biscuits? Perfect portions from Pillsbury. Biscuits that come in twin packs. So, 2 go fresh into the oven while the others stay sealed in the fridge. Biscuits you bake up 2 at a time, anytime. How perfect is that? Pillsbury Perfect Portions.
Find it in the dairy section. A Labor Day sale like no other at Turner's with store-wide markdowns and 24-month interest-free financing. 5 name-brand queen beds priced under $5.99. Plus Sealy and Jamieson king mattresses at queen prices. Unbelievable savings on comfortable Lazy Boy recliners. And these stunning Millennium leather sofas are almost gone. You can't buy for less unless the quality is less. Store-wide markdowns and no interest for 2 years. Turner's Labor Day sale. Hurry in, it's almost over.
Here they come!
Can you confirm the rumors?
Is it true that you and your moms agree on something?
It's true. We like checks. And our moms like that we like it.
Even without neon colors and marshmallow puffs?
Yep, we eat checks.
Now, you are aware that Chex has whole grain.
They have holes in the grain.
And is low in sugar.
It is?
There's one cereal they like that you want them to like. Chex. Everyone's in the same square.
What's with all the cameras? Paparazzi.
Do you long for endless possibilities?
We do. Do you believe in taking the long way home? We do. Do you believe that smiles can be generated not only by a curve, but by a straight line? We do. Do you believe that power can mesh with unmatched safety and performance? We do. At Capital Eurocars, we do.
Welcome back. In your health tonight, when Susan Paulus's mother, uncle, and aunt all died in their 30s, doctors figured they'd had individual heart problems. But in the years that followed, researchers found a heart failure gene runs through her family tree. As Janet Vassell reports, this woman owes her livelihood to a recipe and her life to an organ donor.
52-year-old Susan Paulus unexpectedly got into the pie baking business by doing a favor for a restaurant owner.
The person that made pies and desserts for them quit, and he said, could you possibly help him out and make, 4 pies and take them in?
Her business took off, but a family legacy nearly ended it all. She was diagnosed with a hereditary disease called familial cardiomyopathy.
Her genetic makeup forces her heart to die cell by cell.
It's one of the hardest forms of heart failure to treat because the usual medicines don't work. Her only real hope was a heart transplant. Susan was getting ready to open a new shop when she got the call. A donor heart was on its way.
My family was excited, and I was so excited because, I never dreamed that I would see any of my grandchildren. It was just, the history wasn't there.
Her new heart saved her life, and her family opened the shop. Soon she was greeting customers herself.
Generally, after they've gone through the first year, if they're doing well, they begin to live their life again. They realize that they're not going to die tomorrow.
And she no longer needs a medicine that stole her sense of taste.
People say, how did you get a pie shop going, without? But I just knew how things tasted. That's one thing I enjoy now. I can taste everything.
In every way, her life is now a sweet success. This is Janet Vassell reporting.
New names are constantly being added to the national organ transplant waiting list, but the need is much greater than the supply. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
The tradition of Angelo's Restaurant began with my father, Angelo Joannis. Since 1960, we've served the freshest seafood, certified Angus beef, and mouth-watering desserts. We pride ourselves in serving the people of Tallahassee the highest quality food at a great price. We have the finest homemade dessert selection prepared every day by my mom, Marguerite. I invite you to come out for dinner tonight, and I personally guarantee you and your guests a wonderful evening.
Angelo's Restaurant on Cary Forest Parkway, where Tallahassee comes for dinner.
Hi, FSU fans. Gene Deckeroff here at Garnet & Gold, here to tell you about new exciting FSU merchandise arriving daily. We have a great new ladies line, plus dozens of top-quality polo shirts for men. And, of course, we have the new Nike line for men and women, including the new Coach's shirt and a new polo for ladies. We've got it all, ladies, men's, and kids. Remember, folks, Garnet & Gold is still locally owned and serving the great fans of Florida State. Garnet & Gold, recommended by an independent lab.
It doesn't seem to matter how prepared we are or aren't. A loved one's death often leaves us feeling numb and bewildered. Let Abbey Riposta Funeral Home help you. Our funeral home is family-owned and operated and provides a full range of service options, from the traditional to simple cremation. We also have the largest on-site cemetery with availability. Abbey Riposta Funeral Home and Tallahassee Memory Gardens, serving the greater Tallahassee area since 1954.
It's the battle of the brands at Rec Warehouse. 6 nationally advertised spa brands with factory reps on site battling for your business. 4,000 spas in stock. Guaranteed discounts up to $3,500 off. No interest, no payments till 2007. Friday through Monday, only at Rec Warehouse.
This week on Millionaire, can these contestants work some millionaire magic
You've actually pulled a few rabbits out of the hat.
and make their dreams come true?
That's the biggest check I've ever seen. The final answer.
Find out this week on Millionaire.
Weekdays on ABC News Channel 27.
There's a look at the planner, 76 by 1 a.m., 73 as you wake up around 7 o'clock noon, 85 degrees. You're going to want to check in with Casanova Nurse at 5 a.m. for the latest on the tropics, because they are a bit active. Nothing to panic about right now, but still something that you need to check on tomorrow at 5.
Definitely check on it. Thanks so much. Thanks for making us your choice for news tonight. Next local news is at 5 a.m. with Shonda Knight and Brandon Byer. Nightline is straight ahead.
Whether you're building a new home or want to change the look of your existing kitchen or bathroom, trust the experts at Mako Kitchen and Bath for all your design needs. At Mako, we have cabinetry and countertops to fit everyone's look, lifestyle, and budget.
We've used Mako Kitchen and Bath for the past 2 years exclusively on about 40 projects. When we decided to build our personal home, we chose the experienced designers at Mako Kitchen and Bath.
Mako Kitchen and Baths, providing excellence in kitchen and bath cabinetry since 1982.
It's the battle of the brands at Rec Warehouse. 6 nationally advertised spa brands with factory reps on site battling for your business. 4,000 spas in stock. Guaranteed discounts up to $3,500 off. No interest, no payments till 2007. Friday through Monday, only at Rec Warehouse.
ABC News Channel 27 on your side.
September 5th,